Welcome back to more Let's Play Dragon Warrior Monsters. Last time, we headed on down and into the Gate of Bewilder, where we fought the all-annoying Face Tree, who cursed us, spelled us, and stole our MP. At least his Mystic World wasn't so bad, but man, that fight dragged on and on. Still, considering we've gained some stronger pals and have done quite a few fights, I would imagine most of our monsters are a lot stronger now. So let's take a look here. Let's see, luck is level 8. No, the vast majority still aren't quite up to snuff, which is fair. That means we only have Gig and Face. Now, admittedly, Face Tree only lacks in speed, really. And Gig, meanwhile, has phenomenal speed, but kinda no intelligence and little MP. He is hot-blooded, but he has a bunch of physical skills. I think I'm of the mind that I want to breed Meg with Face, because their abilities are quite complementary and would be awesome to Meg's repertoire. So let's see. With Meg as the pedigree, choosing a plant monster, yes, we are sure. I suspect Florajay +1 will be born. It's a mate you have not had yet. So yeah, he'll tell you the monster it will be, as well as the plus mark it'll have, and then he'll tell you if you've had it or not, which is honestly super useful. He'll then ask if you can record the game. If you say yes, they will mate, you'll get the resulting monster. Should you say no, you can instead back out, choose the other monster as the pedigree, and then the original pedigree as the other monster, and see what they would instead produce. I suspect Wingtree +1 will be born. Admittedly, I don't really care for Wingtree. I think it doesn't look very good, and I don't remember the abilities it has off the top of my head. I'm gonna go for Florajay. I think that sounds pretty great. So let's save our game and say goodbye to Meg. Meg and Face disappeared. Inside it is a baby Florajay. It costs 20 gold to hatch it. Okay? So yeah, there's the other caveat. Not only does it take gold to evaluate and bless the egg, it takes gold to hatch it as well. Money is going to start playing an incredibly pivotal role in the game. Get used to it. Money makes the world go round, after all. So hey there. We would like to evaluate our Florajay egg, just so we can also show it off. So is this the egg to evaluate? Here you can click Info and see what the monster will look like, as well as the parents. It'll be 20 gold. Want an evaluation? We sure do. Cute little egg. Talk to me. Talkie, talkie. Oh, it's a very healthy one. It says, expect a lot from it. This baby will take some time to grow up. A boy? Maybe. That's all I can tell you for now. So yeah, we now know that inside the egg is a male Florajay, who generally will have a fair bit to it, but it'll take a little while to grow up. Good info, all things considered. I think that's absolutely fine. Let's return to the Master Tamer and get hatching. Hey there, guy. We've got an egg to hatch. Which egg do you want to hatch? Our Florajay. Cost 20 gold to hatch it. Okay? Now, if we click info, it'll still show you the same info as you could have gotten by evaluating it without, getting the actual evaluation. But as you can see on the right there, because we evaluated it, we know it's a boy. Which, frankly, I might want to not have it be a boy. Just because, if I look at all of our monsters, most of them are male? Yeah. Well, to be fair, no, we actually have a pretty good spread of female monsters, too. No, you know what? That might just work out. That might just work out. Just like the golem's pretty alright. Also, wow, the golem has insane intelligence. I didn't even realize. Our fairy rat does have slow. That could be a good one, too. I'm just considering potential mates in the future. I think it'll work out fine if it's a guy. And if not, well, we'll make it work. So, absolutely. Here's my money. Hatch my egg. Okay, wait overnight. Florajay +1 was born. Give it a name. Your mother was Meg, and your dad was a face tree. I really got nothing for you. I guess I could name it after, like, a flower? But, Alright, well, after looking at, some 4-letter flowers, they all work better as female names. So, let's just name him Jay. After all, he is a Florajay. So, I figure we'll name him Jay with an E. Looks good to me. Take Jay with you now? Absolutely. So now, looking at the starting stats, already 35 HP and 33 MP. That's pretty darn good. And look at those stats. 20s across the board. With the coward nature. Yeah, that's gonna be the one trick with breeding that's gonna kinda suck every time you do it. You're gonna have to start cascading again. It's not the end of the world, but it will certainly slow things down. Now, ironically, the Jay actually has more defense than Hale does, so it might be worth just setting him to, just charge. Kinda funny. In fact, I'm gonna have Slib on Cautious, Hale on Mixed, and I guess we'll just put Jay on Cautious too, because really he's only gonna be able to swing early on, so should be fine. Now, the most obvious detriment. We can't really jump straight into an arena battle with Jay. Because if we did, he's a whole level 1 and has no abilities. That's just not going to work out well. So generally speaking, we need to go do some leveling. Seeing as he also has no abilities, we need to make sure it's a gate we can actually handle. Most of the enemies in Bewilder, I felt were pretty easy to deal with. So, I think I'm gonna hop back in there. Wibbly wobbly, wibbly wobbly. Into the mystic world of Bewilder we go. And so this is where a lot of the bread and butter comes in. You're going to be visiting worlds again and again, generally training up your newest monster, working on their temperament, gaining all the skills they can, and picking up items to probably sell. So let's see, do our nice little cascade, and watch the sparks fly. It should be business as usual, to be completely honest. I don't expect Jay to be doing too much. Whoops. There I go, getting used to hitting the A button again and not having to cascade each turn. Not the end of the world, but we will need to remember to keep doing it. Gosh darn it, there I go, doing it again. I tell ya, old habits die hard, and that is especially true when you get hot blood on everything. Still, 43 EXP. Watch as the levels pour in. For Tail? I didn't expect that. Tail's level 13. Gained 4 HP, 4 MP, 4 attack, 4 defense, 8 agility, and 4 intelligence. Jay increases to level 2. Gaining 8 HP, 5 MP, 2 attack, 8 defense, 8 agility, 8 intelligence, and learns speed. Jay increases to level 3, gaining 6 HP, 3 MP, 1 attack, 6 defense, 6 agility, 6 intelligence. Jay increases to level 4, getting 9 HP, 3 MP, 3 attack, 9 defense, 9 agility, 9 int, and learns sleep. Jay increases to level 5, gaining 5 HP, 3 MP, 1 attack, 5 defense, 5 agility, 5 intelligence, and Jay's speed becomes speed up. He also learns Antidote. Already very useful. Look at those stats. Already doing much better. His attack isn't phenomenal, but his HP is higher than it ever would have been from his mother as a Draki. His MP is looking phenomenal, and his stats are looking pretty darn good. Now, speed up does exactly what you think. It increases agility for all allies. Extremely useful. This is going to seriously help in combat when he's not busy using sleep. So, it's pretty good. Otherwise, continuing on our little rampage through the wilds, I assume we'll find some more easy enough battles. And I think I want to get Jay around, oh, I don't know, let's say level 10 or so, give or take. The nice thing is that because we're taking the time to level up Jay, all of the other monsters at the farm are also getting leveled slowly. This is where going out of your way to actually do farming like this is genuinely really useful, because you're not just leveling up the one monster or the 3 total with you. You're slowly leveling all of your monsters back at the farm, meaning generally speaking, you're getting a ton of value out of every single fight you do. So it's a good idea to make sure you have a lot of monsters in the farm. The more stats they gain, the better. So long as they're not a monster that was bred and needs to learn a bunch of skills, they'll always pass on their 3 innate ones to the child. So it's only beneficial. Earn 22 EXP, giving Jay another level. He increases to level 6, gaining 7 HP, 4 MP, 2 attack, 7 defense, 7 agility, and 7 int. Very, very lovely. Let's see, a beef jerky. I would like to have that, because frankly, I would like to be able to recruit more monsters. Also, I realize we have a very blue team. At least, like, in, the menu. Outside of it, it's mostly blue. And a little red from Jay. So that's cool. Ooh, a Warp Wing. Perfect. I'll be using one of those up in a minute. Okay, gotta make sure we're cascading our tactics there. And it should be pretty much history. I almost did it. I caught myself. There we go. Get our tactics on going, seeing Hail actually use Increase, which, as you can see, raises defense a fair amount. Realistically, in the arena, I should be having Hail start on Mixed so he can increase defense before anyone takes damage. It would be wise. But I kind of forget, so, oh well. It's not the end of the world, mind you. Let's see, Jay getting some decent damage in. Now, evidently, Jay isn't gaining nearly the attack that his mother did. I did it again, gosh darn it. But he's gaining much more utility as a pure caster, so that's really going to help. Speaking of helping, Jay increases to level 7, gaining 10 HP, 5 MP, 2 attack, 10 defense, 10 agility, and 10 intelligence. And learning Rob Magic. Awesome level up. I love seeing it. Already, Jay has several stats that are well on their way to hitting 100. That is insane. And it goes to show you the power of breeding. It is really good. Now, let's see. I could do with another Warp Wing. So, Jay, have an herb. You've earned it, buddy. Grab our Warp Wing. Keep on a-marching. Let's see, beef jerky. I think I will pass that one up. Just in the interest of keep on moving along. Get a cascade going. Keep on waterfalling those commands. Getting to see a nice bevy of skills we may not always get to see, which is cool. But namely, you know why we're doing it. We want Jay to get that nice hot blood. Now, the only issue with fighting so many monsters so quickly is that you gain a lot of levels and skip the earlier levels. So later on, it's actually better to continue coming back to these really early gates, so that way you can actually work on their personality, as opposed to just leveling. Because if you level them too fast, it becomes harder to change that personality. So, it's worth going out of your way to keep that in mind. Now, luckily, we're still really in the early game, so doing things like we are now, it shouldn't be a problem. Otherwise, let's see, a pork chop. I would enjoy that. Let's use another herb, shall we? Here you go, Hail. Yoink that little pork chop. And I guess really, I'm not really looking for the mysticals as much. I'm kind of here for items and EXP. But, in the interest of leveling, try to get to those 3rd and 4th floors so we can get those big fights. Plus 2, this does give us a good opportunity to just listen to some of the music. I talk so much because there's so much to say that sometimes I forget to just be quiet and let us enjoy the game's music and sounds. Get rid of that herb real quick. Grab our moon herb. Keep on going. And there we go, get an ambush. But still, these are the kinds of fights I want to see, because plenty of EXP is to be had. There's also, too, might be the part in the game where it's honestly pretty advisable to increase your text speed, so that way you can speed through battles. I don't really mind how slow they are right now, just because you can kind of mash A and get through them quicker. Really, it's the animations that take a while, especially later on. But to be honest, They are really cool to see. So I never minded it. Otherwise, fight's going as well as I can imagine. I mean, evidently, Slib and Hale are Slib and Hale. They'll handle things just fine. And to be fair, Jay's already been fairly useful. He takes after his mother like that. Otherwise, keep on cascading. Keeps us active during the battle rather than just mashing the A button, which is a nice change of pace. Speaking of, Jay gains another level and is level 8, gaining 10 HP, 4 MP, no attack, but 10 defense, 10 agility, 10 int. Pretty good. Pretty darn good. Look at that. At the rate Jay is going, by the time he hits level 10, his defense, agility, intelligence, and HP are probably all going to be over 100, which is insane. Ooh, an awake sand. Haven't seen that before. Let's get rid of... Honestly, I'd rather just get rid of an herb again. They're so abundant and easy to get, and you can't use them in the arena, so may as well. Ooh, what have we here? Another herb and a beef jerky. I believe beef jerky. 16 gold, very nice. Another battle featuring a demonite. Now, because I am focused on cascading our command menu there, or the plan menu, I really don't have time to try to give treats to things like the demonite to recruit them. But if I can, maybe after this turn, it might be worth me still trying to get them. So let me actually do that. Because again, as I kind of spoiled, if we can get a monster with fire skill that we're okay getting rid of, we can get another gate by giving him to the guys with the grill. It is a pretty darn good reward, so trying to get a demonite for it is pretty worthwhile. Oh, Slib, you're gonna crit him? Eh, you live. Alright. Have a beef jerky and maybe join us on our quest? Eh? Come on, you know it's good. 39 EXP, also good. Jay increases to level 9, even better. Gaining 8 HP, 5 MP, 3 attack, 8 defense, 8 agility, 8 intelligence, and learned stop spell. Oh, no demonite. Alright. So let's see, he's a rebel. Very fair. Yeah, look at that. Those stats are phenomenal. I mean, look. We've had Slib and Hale for pretty much as long as we've played the game. Jay is easily blowing them out of the water. The only thing he can't really hold a candle to is attack. And even then, he is 1 point behind Hale, being 4 levels lower. That's crazy. He's also got a fair amount of spells, which is great. More utility is never a bad thing. Guess I'll grab this beef jerky, seeing as we used some of ours, failing to recruit the demonite. Not the end of the world, but, you know. We're gonna leave that slime alive, so I'm just gonna waterfall the command menu. Ugh, don't lick my healer. I need him to heal. Still, all's well that ends well. Hale isn't exactly the damage dealer, and they'll probably deal with all the enemies before it really matters. So, I'm not too worried. Jay taking a page out of his mother's book, casting sleep. You'll love to see it. And continue on cascading there. Beautiful. Stop licking my jellyfish. I mean, look, they might look kinda appetizing if you're like a sea turtle, but you're not. You're a spot slime. So knock it off. Thank you, Hale, for the defense increase. Very useful. Golly, this guy is just participating for the most annoying enemy award. Right now, he's got a gosh darn good chance of winning it. At least for the early game. Spot slime sleeping, boom, big damage, knocked out. I love it. 63 EXP. Beautiful. More beef jerky, you love to see it. Looks like Mysticol's up this way too, which works out very nicely. Down we go. Keep on journeying. Which I guess I should check. Jay, how close are you to leveling? Very close. Alright. Maybe while we're here, we'll get another level for, like, Slib and Hale. Just for the point of it. But we'll see. We'll see. Because I do also want to use a bunch of random fights to get Jay hot blood, ideally. Because if you can't tell, I'm preparing to take on the next arena battle. And to be completely honest, Slib and Hale aren't really gonna be doing too much. Because they're kinda just falling off. Once you unlock breeding, the game really expects you to start going crazy with it. That's also why I'm kind of okay having a bunch of other monsters that are slowly leveling while we do this, because by the time we get back, we can probably do some breeding with Slib and Hale to ideally get some slightly better monsters. Now, unfortunately, this means another grinding session, more cascading, skills, etc. It's a part of the game, and I'm gonna share a lot of it with you. Because this is how you grow and make progress. It might get decently boring for some people, which is why I'll probably skip chunks of it. But expect to be seeing stuff like this a fair bit. Especially when you're getting levels like this. Jay hits level 10, gaining 9 HP, 4 MP, 2 attack, 9 defense, 9 agility, 9 intelligence, and learns Odd Dance. Oh yeah. Drops an enemy's MP with its odd dancing steps. Stop spell to stop enemies from casting spells, rob magic, antidote, sleep, speed up. And just think, there are 2 other spells that Jay will learn as a Flora Jay, because he already learned speed, neither of his parents had that, and he'll eventually learn the ability to curse enemies. Jay is going to be a force to be reckoned with, and man, I am so excited for it. So, hey, Mr. Demonite. Look, I know we've had our differences. I know my monsters are going to beat you up. But I'm going to give you this beef jerky. And if you, could do me a favor and join, that would be awesome. Alright. I get it. Being stingy. I get it. Beggars can't be choosers. Also, too, look at that. Jay, 100 defense, 101 agility, 107 HP. We had just gone almost the entire game, and Slib barely hit 104 HP. Jay just joined us, and is already caught up. That's insane. It's insane. Breeding is just so powerful. At least when you do it right. Now, if you tried to breed 2 monsters that had really terrible stats and awful temperament and so on and so forth, you would get a monster that is just miserable to raise. Sometimes you might want to do that just to make what is effectively a stat stick or a skill bag. So it can be worth it, but you better make sure those skills are absolutely worth carrying over for dumping stats to warrant, doing all that for the child. So, make sure that the skills you're getting are worth stat detriments if you're not paying attention to the stats entirely and taking the time to really level the monster. Because that divide by 4 really does hurt the child if you're not careful. So long as your monsters have pretty good stats across the board, it usually turns out just fine. But it can kind of blind you if you're not careful. So be careful. Otherwise, I think we're getting decently leveled. Like I said, I would like to gain another level for like Slib and Hail. Also, wow, we are getting so many good items. I guess just use an herb. Again, seeing as the arena is probably the next thing we're going to tackle, I'm not terribly worried about keeping healing items. Just an evil seed now, come on. Alright. Ooh, don't do commands, nope. Don't want that. I prefer to let my monsters think for themselves, thank you. Oh, I'll give them guidance. Seed with the attack, right? Mixed, cautious, mixed. I actually think I do want to change how I'm scaling them. Namely, I just want Jay to be on the mixed route, kind of like I had Meg. Let's see. If Slib is mixed, Hail is cautious, Jay should be and that's gonna hurt him. So what I should do is make Slib charge, have Hail be on mixed. Also, too, let's fix our order there. That might actually help me do this. I used the heck out of myself. So cautious, mixed, charge, sure. Looks good enough. It'll even itself out eventually. I'm not too worried about it. Figured we'd... Ooh! I was gonna say, I'd figured we'd go to the next floor to get some good music, but here we have a new item. I think our final item category, in fact. And let me tell you, it is a darn good one. To be honest... Just gonna use another herb. Not too worried about it. But here is a staff. Specifically, this is a wind staff. Oh, man. The wind staff makes damage with a vacuum. This allows Terry to deal damage in fights. As you can imagine, you cannot use this in the arena. But when exploring, this means if you have nothing better to do with Terry's turn, you can attack with it. Now, it does have a downside. It will eventually break. So, your use is gonna vary. But you can generally sell staffs for a pretty penny. So if you find one of those shopping floors, you can make some very, very nice money. And that's generally what I hold on to staffs for. But in a pinch, they can help you a lot. So keep that in mind. Let's cascade our stats there. Keep on fighting the good fight. Demonite tries to cast Blazemore. Ain't got enough MP. To be honest, how many pork chops do I have? I have just the one, right? Yeah, and beef jerky. Honestly, I'm gonna keep going for it. I'm gonna keep going for it. If we can get that gosh darn Demonite, that would be nice. In fact, that might change what next episode's plan is. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Hey, Jay, don't hit the little demon, hit the seed. Oh, Gosh darn it. Alright, never mind. Abort. Abort. They killed the wrong thing. Back up. Pack your bags. This is why you should use the worse treats first. But, oh well. A level for Jay won't hurt. He's level 11 now. Gaining 5 HP, 3 MP, 3 attack, 5 defense, 5 agility, 5 intelligence. And his sleep becomes sleep all. That is going to be amazing. One issue with Meg was that her intelligence and MP just weren't high enough. Jay's certainly are, meaning he is going to be a monster with Sleep All. Now he can put the entire enemy to sleep. Their team won't be able to cast spells. He'll rob them of magic. And he'll be able to speed up our entire team. This is becoming quite a dangerous little monster. Also, Hale and Schlib there are getting quite close to a level. So I think I'll see you guys once we gain their levels. Then we'll end off the episode. There we go. Jay increases to level 12, gaining 5 HP, 5 MP, 2 attack, 5 defense, 5 agility, 5 intelligence, and Jay's odd dance becomes Rob Dance. Very useful. Otherwise, let's see. Slib needs 177, and Hale needs 48. So, I'll see ya once they get their levels. Be right back. There we go. Hale increases to level 14, gaining 1 HP, 4 MP, 1 attack, 1 defense, 6 agility, 4 intelligence. Very nice. Now I think Slib is, 119 away. Shouldn't be much more. There we go. Slib increases to level 12, gaining 5 HP, 3 MP, 4 attack, 5 defense, 3 agility, 6 intelligence. Very lovely. So now everyone's decently leveled. Evidently, Jay is a little more impressive than Hale and Slib. But hey, he's a whiz kid. What'd you expect, right? Otherwise, we will make our way to the Mystic Hole, and then we'll get the heck out of here and be ready for our next arena battle and the ensuing Mystic Gates that open up. Frankly, I see that Jay is pretty darn close to gaining another level, so may as well try to get him there, right? After all, when in a Mystic World, do as Mystic Worldians do. Gain EXP. And besides, I figure getting to see Jay fight a little more is kinda cool. Because he is a shiny new ally that, admittedly, we probably won't know for nearly as long as we knew Slib, Hale, or even Meg. But, like, he'll be around. There we go, get 49 EXP, and I think just one more battle should probably do it. We'll try to snag that. Then we'll jump in the Mystic Hole and make our way home. So come on, enemies. Give me more than just one evil seed. It's one evil seed. Okay. And a surprise attack at that. Alright. Oh, paralyzing hail. Awful. So yeah, this is why evil seeds are kind of annoying. I'm admittedly surprised it didn't happen until now, though, to be completely honest. So, oh well. 17 EXP. Now, luckily, paralysis doesn't persist after a fight. If it did, oh my gosh, would that be so annoying. So, luckily it doesn't. Did I set that up right? Yes, I did. Okay, very good. Should just need one actual more fight, so long as, again, it's not a single evil seed. So help me. Alright, several. That's fine. We can do that. I'm hoping Slib will use Fireball. Jay will, of course, use Sleep All, his new favorite ability. And for good reason. It is very useful. There's a perfect little Fireball. Everyone is nice and asleep. It is beautiful. And as you can see, generally speaking, magic usually doesn't wake up enemies, whereas physical attacks almost always do. So, having magic damage from Slib is really nice. Once we get more monsters with the ability to cast spells, Sleep just becomes even better. But it's still really useful right now. It's probably been the most useful thing, to be honest. Straight up robbing an enemy of their full turn is really powerful. There we go, 56 EXP. Jay increases to level 13, gaining 8 HP, 4 MP, 3 attack, 8 defense, 8 agility, and 8 intelligence. And Jay's Rob magic becomes Take magic. Perfect. He is nice and ready for his lovely arena debut. Also, as you can see, the stub sucks were actually just logs the whole time. Kinda neat. And so, wibbly wobbly, homebound we are. Give us the power of Great Tree, nice big ol' heal. And I think, next time we play Dragon Warrior Monsters, we'll try out our hand at the next arena battle, seeing if Jay is nice and powerful enough for it, or if Slib and Hail will hold us back. I think we'll be just fine. But hey, we'll see you next episode. As always, I'm Brad. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.